So it's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Viddal Riley. Viddal, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm very good. English cruiserweight champion, of course. Hopefully trying to get to that next stage, which would be the British. What is the latest on that? Because we know Isaac has a mandatory. He is a mandatory for a European. What's going on?
He said he's fighting April 27th. I'm fighting 31st of March. So that is literally the update. I said that the fight should happen on this show. I'm just trying to make business sense, progression sense, title sense. Everything I say makes sense. What he says doesn't, because he keeps saying April the 27th. I don't know. He has to tell everyone he's injured or something for it to make sense, because why would you not want to fight at the O2? Big show, British and Commonwealth title main event, British and Commonwealth title co-main event, potentially, between me and him. I mean, it makes sense to you?
I think it could be a main event in its own right, yeah.
Yeah, it can be a main event. So since there's one already set, closest we can get is co-main, but he wants to wait until April. I can't wait until April. I don't want to wait until April. I first called him out in October, and now we're in February, and there's been no progression. So we're going to let him fight Chev or something. I think Chev's mandatory anyway, so I'm Team Chev, and then Chev will fight me because me and him talk, and he never ducks anyone and prolongs anything. So maybe I'll get the British title from Chev instead.
Do you think that might actually be a better fight commercially? I mean, you and Chev, both young, unbeaten, powerful fighters.
I think me and Chev is a more serious fight in terms of like the build-up and stuff, just because of our personalities. Me and Chamberlain already have our back and forths and Twitters and that. You're not going to get that out of me and Chev, because I like Chev. Me and Chev get on, So you would just be in for a real good fight. You would just get a treat of a fight, but you're not going to get the build-up of back and forth. I'm done back and forth with Isaac now anyway, so yeah.
We've just seen two really good friends go to war in Dan Aziz and Joshua Buatsi. Would it be a similar thing with you and Chev? You'd be happy to do it and then back to being friends afterwards?
Yeah, me and Chev are not as close as Dan Aziz and Josh Buatsi. I won't even try and make it out that way, but we are very cool. Like, we're cool. Like, every time we see each other, we have a conversation. You know what I mean? He grabbed me at Wembley the other day. I thought, who's grabbing me from behind? We turn around, I congratulate him on his wins. He congratulated me on mine. We've sparred rounds before. So we got a cool relationship, you know what I mean? But I think our relationship could increase after fighting, because you always gain the respect for a man more once you've done battle.
And Isaac Chamberlain's been made mandatory for the European title against Sislak. Is that something you look at as a next step after the British? Would you even bypass the British?
I don't think I'll bypass the British. If it's up to me, I mean, I've said I wanted to be British champion. I said I wanted to be English champion. I got that. Goalpost moves to British. I think Sislak I'm not thinking about the European title. I'm really not thinking that far ahead. I think that's what Isaac should be thinking about if he's not thinking about me. But I mean, we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
When you not first started, because obviously you were a really good amateur, but when you turned over and decided not to do the KSI stuff anymore and do this, how did you think you'd move as quickly as you have?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I did. Because I know how good I am, so I just need the fights. That's all it is. I just need the fights, and I'll deliver. That's pretty much it. Like, I know my quality. I think Isaac knows my quality as well, which is why we've got a long process, something that could be just nipped in the bud. And I think people are starting to realize more and more, not only do I have a YouTube channel, but I'll probably hurt you, do you know what I mean? Like I can fight. So it's making my life a bit more difficult, but we'll get there.
As someone who did have a still has a YouTube channel with a massive following, what did you make of your promotional stablemate Ben Whittaker and managerial stablemate as well, and becoming a bit of a viral superstar in the past week?
No, he deserves it. I mean, people say, obviously the opponent and whatnot, but still, he's still doing it. He's still making it happen, and he's gaining the attention of people that don't even care about boxing. So many people sent it to me that don't even watch boxing. They just can't believe that someone that has gloves on is doing what he's doing, and he's always done it. It's a part of his fight style. It's a part of his makeup, and the question just lies: will he continue to do that as the level goes up? I mean, he was an Olympic silver medalist, and he had that as a part of his style. Amateurs, pros are different, but it's proof that when the level increases, it's just the way he fights.
Given how successful the crossover boxing's been in recent times, do you think we need more of that showmanship in traditional boxing?
Oh, for sure. I think showmanship is always a big thing. It's entertainment. It's an entertainment business. The people need to be entertained. Some people entertain people by being in wars. Some people entertain by talking on Twitter. There's so many ways of entertaining.
Well, you can do all of those, I believe. I mean, are you waiting for the day when someone gives you a war? Or is it something you're keen, if it never happens, you're fine?
If it's a war, it's a war. If it's a war, it's a war. I don't go into the fight thinking, let's have a war. Because, my mum says I'm good looking. But if it turns into a war on a day, I'm here for it. And I think people are starting to realise that.
Well, I would never argue with your mum about anything, so...
You can't argue.
Yeah, and then you can't be... It doesn't sound like you're being cocky as well. How reassuring is it for you that the top level of the cruiserweight scene, Jai Opetaia as a notable exception, is very much based in Britain? So when you get there, there's not going to be no shortage of domestic big money fights.
I mean, it sounds good, and it sounds like it would be easy, but so did making the fight with Isaac sound easy. So who knows? It doesn't really matter where you're based. It just boils down to the game and the business, but it does shed a lot of light on the cruiserweight division. That's a fact. Because we have so many good cruiserweights and people that are ranked highly worldwide, world champions, it does shed light onto the cruiserweight division. But yeah, hopefully the fact that some champions are here, they can make the fights easier.
CBS Reactpor 2, who do you fancy?
Whoa, I don't want to make a prediction for that one yet. I'd say Richard is, he's had a smoother journey getting to the world title than Billum in terms of in the ring anyway, which is what I'm aware of. So you could say he's got less mileage on him. But we've seen him fight before, and it was toe-to-toe. Richard got the win, very close. I think we can expect another war, but I don't know who's going to win yet.
Apart from yourself, who's the best cruiserweight in the world?
Best cruiserweight in the world. Yeah, we give it to Opetaia. It's Opetaia right now. Yeah, he's the Ring Magazine champion. He beat the man that beat the man. So it's Jai Opetaia.
Just one crossover boxing question. As you are an expert in the field, Tommy Fury, there was talk about him potentially fighting Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition a while ago. It's gone a bit quiet since then. With your knowledge of that scene, what are the big fights out there for a Tommy Fury now? Or are there any?
Rematches with the people he's already faced. That's it. I don't think there's any other big crossover fights for him because, you know why? Shouldn't be there. That's why. So the moment he's gone there, it's only rematches for him, man. Only rematches for Tommy Fury. Jake Paul again, KSI again. That's it. I can't see Roy Jones come on now. Starting to get a bit ridiculous, you know what I mean? So yeah, only rematches.
Do you ever miss that world?
I don't miss it because I'm a part of it in the way I want to be. So I don't miss it at all. I feel like I haven't left it, but I'm just in it in the way I want to be, which is supporting it, make my content about it, go to the shows. I didn't want to coach anymore, so I stopped, and I definitely never wanted to fight in that realm because I'm not a bully.
How gratifying has it been for you over the last year to get that credit and that respect for what you can do in the ring rather than training someone else?
I've enjoyed it. It's part of my personal goals to achieve as a professional boxer, and I'm happy I achieved the first step, which is becoming English champion. Double-edged sword, because when I first was saying I want to do traditional boxing, everyone thought I was a YouTuber and thought they would have a goal, and forgot about my amateur career, and then now I've kind of brought everyone's memory back. So it's a double-edged sword, but as long as I achieve what's on my list of things to do, I'm happy.
Great stuff. Really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you on the show.